War of will, from chaos to redemption, the crowd at Pimlico Race Course was loud, electric, and restless. The air carried more than excitement, it carried unfinished business. One race earlier, one moment of chaos had shaken the world of horse racing. And now on May 18, 2019, every eye was fixed on one horse with a story heavier than speed itself. His name was War of Will. Just 2 weeks earlier, his Kentucky Derby dream had ended in heartbreak. A brutal interference, a terrifying chain reaction, and suddenly the horse once seen as a favorite was slammed into the rail. Many feared he wouldn't race again. Some feared worse. But horses, like warriors, don't only run on legs, they run on heart. Behind War of Will stood a team that refused to let that moment define him. Trainer Casse watched closely in the days after the Derby, reading every breath, every step. There was pain but also fire. Jockey Tyler Gaffalione, young yet fearless, carried the weight of trust on his shoulders. This wasn't just another race, this was redemption. As the gates opened at the Preakness Stakes, silence exploded into thunder. War of Will broke sharply, alert and powerful. No hesitation, no fear, just focus. The track stretched ahead like a test of fate. Other horses pressed him, challenged him, tested his resolve. But this time there would be no chaos, no injustice. Only truth. Gaffalione rode with precision and calm, hands steady, heart racing. He knew what this horse had survived. He knew what this victory would mean, not just for the record books, but for belief itself. Around the final turn, War of Will surged. The crowd rose as one. Every stride felt like a declaration. I am still here. The finish line rushed closer, and when War of Will crossed it first, the roar was not just celebration, it was release, relief, vindication. He had done it. War of Will won the 144th Preakness Stakes. In that moment, tears flowed freely from owners, trainers, fans, and even rivals. Because this wasn't just a win. It was proof that adversity does not get the final word. For Casse, it was the fulfillment of years of belief and patience. For Tyler Gaffalione, it was the defining victory of a young career. And for War of Will, it was something deeper than a trophy. It was justice. Horse racing often celebrates speed, but the greatest stories are about resilience. About standing up after being knocked down. About choosing courage when fear would be easier. War of Will did not just outrun his competitors that day, he outran doubt. In a sport where a single second can change everything, he reminded the world why we fall in love with racing in the first place. Because sometimes a horse doesn't just race for glory, sometimes he races for redemption. And on that unforgettable afternoon at Pimlico, War of Will ran not as a victim of the past but as a champion of the present.